Hello, I'm Super Lucky Di and I'm going to show you how you can get started entering competitions on Pinterest. First of all, you need to sign up with Pinterest, so go to pinterest.com and you can either register with an email address or you can use Facebook login. Pinterest is a collection of images and videos called pins which you can save to your own boards. It's a bit like an online scrapbook of creative ideas. Boards on Pinterest are where you save pins on the same theme or topic. Your board could have 1 pin or 1,000 pins. Here's an example of a Pinterest board. This one's got a travel theme, so you'll see it's mainly photographs of destinations, but also things like this infographic here, which gives you a bit of information as well. Now, if there's something you're interested in, look at the pin, click again, and it will take you to the website that pin is from, so you can find out more information about that pin. Lots of companies use Pinterest to showcase their products. For example, fashion brands like Reiss. Here's a dress I'm interested in. If I click directly there, learn more at reiss.com, it will take me to where that photo's been pinned from on the website. If you're into cooking or crafting, Pinterest is really useful for finding projects to do. For example, this one here, making cakes that look like records. Tap on that and it will take you to the website where you can find the recipe and instructions of how to do it. This is your homepage on Pinterest where you see pins from the people that you follow and suggested pins that Pinterest thinks you might like. You can get to your homepage at any time by tapping or clicking on the P at the top. If you see a pin on your home feed that you like and it's somebody that you don't follow, you can follow them by clicking on the pin, and then you can either follow the board that it's from, which is this one, Deco Kitchen, or click through to that board, click to Isabel's homepage. You can follow all of her boards. That means every time she pins, you'll see her pins in your home feed on Pinterest. You can access your Pinterest profile page by tapping on your name at the top there. On Pinterest, you have a display name, in my case Di Coke, and you have a username, which you'll see at the top here. That's Di Coke, all one word. You can edit your profile by tapping that button. It's similar to Twitter in that you can have a name, your username, a photograph, and a biography. You can link your website if you want to as well. Scrolling down, you can see what I've got on my own profile here. I've got lots of different boards. You can view them like this, as boards, or if you click at the top, pins, you can see my most recent pins at the top here. On Pinterest, you can create as many boards on as many topics as you like. You can also move them around on your page so you can change your mind about where they go on your profile page. At the top is your notifications icon, which will turn red with a number if you've got notifications. In here, you'll find out who's following you, who's joined Pinterest, who's liking, repinning or commenting on any of your pins. If you go into the cog menu and account settings, you can choose notifications over here and you can decide whether you get emails for Pinterest notifications. The most important ones, if you're comping, would be someone comments on your pin or sends you a message. Here's how to create a board on Pinterest. Tap the plus sign here, give your board a name. I'm going to set up a wish list as an example, which is a really good idea if you do enter a lot of competitions because it's a fun way to collect together ideas of things you might want to win. Give your board a description if you like. You don't really need to pick a category for it, but you can if you like. You'll see that you can choose to keep your board secret. You can have 3 secret Pinterest boards that nobody except you can see. Now I'm going to add some content to my board. The first way I'm going to show you how to do it is by clicking this menu here where Pinterest has ready-made boards for inspiration. I'm clicking on travel and then I'm going to go for culture travel. So I'm just going to pick a destination from here. I like the look of this one here. I'm going to tap pin it and then I need to choose the board I want to put it on. Now I called my board new wish list, so I'll type that in. There it is. And here it automatically gives you the description that's already on the pin. Now I want to change that to something different, so I can just type over the top and put that in. Pin it. And there's my pin on my board. I'm going to click that X there to close that down for now, and I'm going to look for some more things to put on my board. An easy way to add pins is, of course, just to search for them. So I would like a MacBook Pro with a Retina display. I'm going to search for those 3 keywords. You'll notice that Pinterest also gives you suggestions for more keywords to add underneath. But I like this photo here, so I'm just going to pin that straight away. It's automatically selected the last board I was pinning to, which is handy. I'm going to leave that description there because it suits me as well, and pin it. I've now got 2 pins on my board. I can also add a pin by clicking here and putting in a website address. Let's put in what I've got here is all the images that are on the Reiss homepage. So I'm looking for something that I like. I like that. I'm going to pin that to my board. And pin. You can also add your own photos by clicking add a pin and then uploading from your device. Choose image, and I'm going to choose LA. You'll need to give it a description and pin. Keep in mind that if you are uploading your own photographs to Pinterest and it's a public board, anybody is free to pin that to their own boards. You'll see that some websites conveniently have a pin it button there ready for you. All you need to do is find what you like, look for that at the bottom, pin it. You'll get a pop-up window which gives you an option of all the photos on that page. I want to pin these boots. Here's my window. It's already got a description in, so I'm just going to go ahead and pin it. The easiest way to find and pin things from all over the internet is to actually put the Pinterest button into your browser. If you look top right of my window here, I've got a little red P. To find that, if you go to help.pinterest.com, scroll down, there's a link that says add the Pinterest browser button. On this page, you can find out how to install the button for your specific browser. When you've got your Pinterest button in your browser, you can browse almost any website on the internet and pin from it to your boards. For example, I've got a bike that I like here. When I hover over it, pin it comes up, tap that and you'll get the pop-up window. Pick a board and there's the bike. I'm just going to add Isla Bikes in there into my description and pin. Alternatively, you can just click on the red P at the top and it will show you every image on that web page, and you can just pin the one that you want. So on my wish list so far, I've got a bike that I've pinned using the Pin It browser button. I've got boots that I've pinned using the pin button that was installed on the Clogs website. I've got a photo that I uploaded myself. I've got an outfit that I found by putting in the Reiss website address. And I've got a couple of pins that I already found on Pinterest. Now, all of these pins, when I click on them, will take me to the website that they're originally from, apart from my photo, because I uploaded that myself. If you click it, all it will do is take you to the photograph, nothing more than that. If you click the pencil icon on your pin, you can change or add the website that actually redirects to. For example, I've got a photo here that I took at Six Flags in LA, and I've got the Six Flags website there. So if someone clicks that roller coaster, it will take them to the Magic Mountain Six Flags website. Now I'm going to show you how to enter a few different kinds of Pinterest competitions. I've got a really easy one here from Marks & Spencer's, and the instructions are right at the top of their board. Repin one of our images to view your chance to win £1,000 to spend at M&S. Okay, so this one is quite simple. All you need to do is pin one image and you're in a prize draw. So perhaps choose the image that you like best. I like this image here, and I don't really want to put it on a specific competition board. I'm going to put it on a board which I've already created, which is for the home, which I think is an appropriate place to put this chair image. And I'm going to pin that. And then I'm going to tap on See It Now. Now that's going to take me to my new pin, You can see here it's on my board for the home, and I'm going to copy that link at the top by clicking and highlighting it. If you're on a mobile device, you need to copy links by tapping on the pin or your board and then looking for the triple dot menu at the top of the screen. Tap on that and you should be able to copy the link to your pin or to your board. When you've got your link, tap the X to close that window and you're back on the M&S page. What I'm going to do is click and I'm going to leave a comment to let them know I've repinned it. It's always worth leaving a comment with a link just in case the promoter struggles to track all the repins of a certain image. If you want to see who else has entered this competition, you can click on any of these images and then tap the number at the top to see where it's been repinned. If you win a competition on Pinterest, you're likely to find out by the promoter leaving a comment on your pin, so do check your notifications and any emails you're getting. In some cases, they might announce you as a winner on Facebook, or they might even try to contact you via the Facebook profile you have linked to your Pinterest account. Not all Pinterest competitions are actually on Pinterest. You'll find quite a lot on blogs and websites as well. For this one here, for the cooperative, you need to pin an image, but then you need to share it on Facebook or Twitter. So first of all, I'm going to pin the image. You have to include a certain hashtag, which is automatically coming up. I've actually set up a board called Perfect Prizes where I can put individual competition entries together. I'm going to pin it there. I'm going to click on See It Now because I need the link to this pin. So I'm going to copy that link in the top bar, close it down. Now I've got my link, I'm checking what I need to do. I need to tweet it to the cooperative and tag someone I want to win the extra prize. So, okay, let's go to Twitter. Create a tweet to the cooperative. I've tagged my friend Carmen and there's the link to my pin as well. I'm also going to put in that hashtag as well, just in case they need that too. If you are asked to tweet a link to your Pinterest entry, the promoter is likely to contact you via Twitter if you win. The most fun type of Pinterest competition is where you need to create a whole board. These competitions might be judged or it might be a winner picked at random. Here's one here by Boden, and you need to create a board inspired by the 60s, and that board needs to include at least 10 items from any of Boden's websites, plus any other images you can find inspired by the 60s. To start with, you have to pin the rules to a new board called Boden Swing When You're Pinning competition. So, click here, create a new board, give it a description. Here you can put anything you like. You could even write a little poem about the 60s if you like. My top tip for competition boards is to create it as a secret one and then make it public on the closing date of the competition or the day before. That's so nobody can steal your ideas. When you've created your board, you'll be able to select it from this drop-down menu here. And there. You've pinned your rules. When you create a Pinterest board, the most recent pins you add will appear at the top and the oldest ones at the bottom. There's no way of moving the pins around, so you really need to think about what you want your finished board to look like before you start. If you need to include 10 items from a website, spread them throughout the board. Don't just group them all together at the bottom. I'm going to start by adding one item from the Boden website. I've done a search here for retro, and I'm just going to look for something I fancy. I quite like the look of this dress here. I'm going to open that up. Now I want to pin this dress in orange, so I'm tapping my Pinterest button at the top, which gives me all the photos that are on that specific web page. And I'm going to go for that big photo there. Pin it. As well as pinning from Boden's websites, don't forget you can also pin from their own Pinterest boards. Sometimes it's hard to know what the most current pins are on the board, but if you tap pins, you'll see the most recent ones that Boden have pinned right at the top, and most of these are actually on the retro theme. I'm going to stick with an orange and black theme for my board, and I'm going to pin this photo here. Now for the next image on my Pinterest board, I'm actually going to use a Google search. So here I've done a search on 60s fashion. Now, image search is great on Google. If I click search tools, I can actually choose the colour that I want, and I want something orange on my board. And that's going to give me loads of crazy results. So find something that you like. Okay, I found a picture I want to pin there. I want to pin this one, but I'm not going to do it directly from Google because Pinterest doesn't like that. If you do that, when someone's browsing your Pinterest board and click on the image, it's not going to take them anywhere. What you want to do is click to find it on the original website. And when you get to the original website, use your little button at the top. It will show you all the photos on that page, and that's the photo of Jane Fonda I want. And when I put this on my Pinterest board, it's going to link back to that blog that it's on. Upload as many pins to your board as you like. You can put them on from websites, from other Pinterest boards, or even upload your own photos. When you're happy with your board, you can make it public by clicking Edit Board and switching that to No. Save changes. Now it's a public board. When you need the link to the board, select it at the top, copy. Now, here's the tricky bit, getting back to the original pin. Now I've pinned this from the Boden page, but it's not that easy to get back to it. You need to scroll down and look here, added by Di via Boden. Go back to the Boden page, but it doesn't take you to the right board. So to find that pin, I usually look in the most recent pins, because if it's a competition, it would have been posted quite recently. Scroll down, there it is, and then you can just comment here with a link to your board. Back on your Pinterest profile page, you can edit your boards by clicking Edit at the bottom. Here, you can change the cover photo on it. So you can just scroll through all the photos on your board and choose your favourite one to use. When you start creating your Pinterest board, have a plan in mind. Colours work really well, and don't do an obvious search. This one here was a winning board for me on the theme of Cozy Christmas. If you type in Cozy Christmas on Pinterest, all you'll do is get the same results as all the other competition entrants, and you'll all have the same pins. I went for a Scandinavian theme, and I looked for images on Google as well as on Pinterest. I hope you found my Pinterest guide useful. If you do like Pinterest competitions, then keep an eye on my Facebook page where I post all the latest Pinterest competitions I find.